Hello Libra, welcome back if you're a returning subscriber. Thank you for coming back. If you're new to the channel, thank you for coming along. I hope you enjoy the reading. This is a general reading, so aspects of it may apply to you, or it could apply to somebody else that you are associated with or that you're close to at this time. You could also be seeing some of these elements in people around you as well. I use the 12 houses of the zodiac, and then I focus on three house areas of the zodiac, and then I give the astrological guidance and the goddess guidance associated with each of the three house elements. So I've already shuffled and laid out the cards. These are the three emphases going forward. As I said, it's a general reading, so see what comes out for you or for somebody that you're close to at this time. If you have aspects of your birth chart which are sort of associated with another sign, you know, you may have a strong ascendant in a different sign, or you tend to follow Venus or your moon, or whatever strong influence you have, then you can cross-watch to my other videos. You may get more insights there as well. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. That helps to circulate the videos to other people as well on YouTube. So for the first house of the element of emphasis this month, we've got fourth house roots. So this is everything to do with your physical home. So it's the actual structure, but it's also the atmosphere in the home, the people in your home, and it can also be your relationship with your family, your roots, your foundation, where you've come from, your ancestry, your ethnic identity, anything to do with that also falls in under the fourth house. So with this influence, especially with the times we're living in at the moment, this may be very, very strong for you right now. Depending on your circumstances, you could have a house full of people, or you could have specific family members with you, and because you're all living in close quarters due to isolation or quarantine, you may be finding it quite difficult, or you could just be having worries or concerns about your home situation, your actual physical home where you're living or where you're currently residing. Perhaps you're not at home, perhaps you're somewhere else and you were unable to get home initially, for lockdowns and so on. So whatever the situation is, you could be having a few concerns about where you're living currently, and so this could be coming up with the fourth house for now. The astrological card that's coming underneath that is Scorpio, I transform. So there is quite a bit of transformation going on in any one of those areas. So it's your home or your family. There's quite a bit of transformation going on. Scorpio always brings about transformation. The themes of sex, death, and rebirth are very strong with Scorpio. So this can be, sort of a symbolic death and then a rebirth. So it could be that you are transforming the way your home is structured, or you're transforming who's in your home, or you're wanting to do that, or you could be wanting to undertake a simple renovation, or you are perhaps relocating and changing how you're doing things, or where you want to live, or how the kind of lifestyle you want to live going forward. Whatever it is, there may be financial issues which are coming in with this. This sometimes brings in financial issues which are like long-term and big. This is investments, taxes, assets, and just big finance in general, accounting, banking, and so on. So it could even be inheritance. So this could result from a death of somebody, and you're inheriting, or you're setting up a legacy, or you are on the receiving end of a legacy. There's lots of issues that can come up with this, but there could be a bit of some unsettling vibrations going on around this as well. Sometimes Scorpio can bring in power struggles. It can also bring in sort of turmoil, or things that were hidden or weren't acknowledged before are rising to the surface. That can come up as well. So it could be, I think, that you are just having a few concerns about your home situation with everything that's been going on, that you may just be feeling a little bit insecure, but look to your long-term finance plan carefully. Be careful with that. But I feel that with the goddess guidance you've got here, Artemis, guardian, you and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. So it could be that, you know, what it's saying to you is that not to worry. All your needs will be met, that you and your loved ones are protected and safe. So don't be concerned about that. What this bow and arrow is actually for is not so much about protection. What it is actually for is for focusing your intention. So you need to, whatever it is you're doing in your home life, you could be living on your own. You could be on your own and you're concerned about certain things. This is about focusing your intention to go after what it is that you want, or to refine what it is you want, or what it is you're trying to achieve. And this is going to help you focus your attention. And at the back of your mind, do not let any worries or concerns pull you down. You are safe and spiritually protected, and your needs will be met. So that is what it's saying to you. So any sort of concerns you may be having about your home life, it could also be that, as I said, you have perhaps an influence in your home which is bringing about the issues of sex, death, and rebirth. Any of those issues could be coming up for you. So see how it's unfolding for you in your home life. Perhaps you're having, sort of rising out of a way of being, or a way of living, or a way of thinking. Perhaps you're rising up out of that. You're transforming yourself now. Perhaps your ideas and attitudes towards any of those issues. And this can be a regeneration as well, regeneration of family relationships, regeneration of the atmosphere in your home. It can be the regeneration of sexual activities. It can be any kinds of sexual activities. They could be very intense. They could be very stimulating. They could be transforming. There could be a lot of that going on around about this time. But there's a lot of energy. It's very intense. Scorpio is intense. So any of those issues could be going on in your home. Any of those feelings could be rising up in your home, or rising up in you. And you are simply transforming them. You are transforming yourself, going from who you used to be to who you want to be. The second area of influence is the first house, the body. So this is everything to do with yourself, your actual physical self. And it's your physical body, your vitality, your life force. It's also your self-oriented interests, everything that you are wanting to get on with. It's also your what you're projecting to others, so how they are perceiving you at this time. So your personality and your characteristics, and your what people see when they see you. So everything to do with that, how you approach different phases in your life, your personal independence, everything to do with the self, what you're projecting outwards. So with this card, with this house, you have the underlying influence of part of fortune increase. Beautiful card to be having anywhere in your chart. So this card is a wonderful card because what it's about is an increase. Yes, what it is, it's an increase of any sort of hidden talent or ability that you have, which you may not have acknowledged previously, or perhaps you weren't aware that you had these talents and abilities, but it's almost like a stirring of that. So there could be a karmic trigger of some kind. Some sort of karmic trigger sets you off, and now you find that you have an ability, or you have a talent for something, which is manifesting now for you. So it's the rising up, the stirring of that from this karmic trigger, or from this event that has occurred, something that has happened. And these talents and abilities are starting to rise up now in you. So this is a wonderful thing. It's almost like an awakening. And with that, you may need to, sort of hone or refine those abilities or talents. And that requires possibly study or perfecting it. So study may be very much on the cards for you. There may be something that you are aware of now, which you need to refine, to monetize, or just simply to get sheer enjoyment out of this talent and ability. You now actually need to focus on it, to harness it as best you can. But it's a very good card. This is a breakthrough card. It's a luck card. It's a destiny card. So whatever is coming for you at this time is completely for you. And I feel it's also about your personal independence, how you are making your way in the world, how you're projecting yourself. This is going to increase your confidence, your abilities, your general demeanor. You're going to feel stronger, and you could experience a breakthrough or some sort of recognition could be coming for you as well. You're going to be recognized for something that you're doing. And you may want to spread that around as well. You may want to, use your abilities and your talents to help others. So there could be a lot of that going on, but it really is a sort of an enhancement. That's what this card is going to bring for you. It's really your pot of gold, hidden parts of your chart, or parts of your chart which you haven't really harnessed yet. And this could be an element of your character, or it could be a personality trait, or it could be a self-oriented interest which you haven't really followed up in your life. Now's the time to do it. Destiny is with you in that. The goddess guidance for that is Freya, bold. So this is a beautiful card as well to be having. This is unleash your adventurous side, take risks and be daring. So this is really about putting yourself out there. So going after what you want, taking a risk, being adventurous, really pulling up everything that you have and putting it forward. And with you, these new talents and abilities which are starting to come together for you, you need to put them to work. You need to be bold about what you're going to do. Go after it. Use your confidence and your persona to get across what it is you want to do, to forge a path forward. This is also a card of celebration, because success is going to come to you with this card. So success is going to come to you. Certainly, if you actually use all these elements that you need to here now to push yourself forward, success will come to you, and celebration will occur. So go out, celebrate, and love yourself, love where you are in your life, and really put yourself out there to draw to you everything that you're going to need to go forward now. Then in the third house of influence here, we have sixth house routine. So sixth house is also, it's the house of work, workplace, work colleagues, work routines, also your daily routines. It's also the house of your health, diet, and well-being. It's also the house of pets. So this card, a lot of people are having this influence at the moment, and this is natural because of the situation in the world at the moment. A lot of work issues are coming up, whether you're working from home or whether you're an essential service, whatever it is for you, work is a focus. This card can also be about mastery of your craft. So this could be the honing of your talents and abilities, your newly found or newly discovered talents and abilities. This could be the honing of that. This could be a new direction for you altogether. And it's kind of the evolvement of that. This could also be, as I said, about your health, about your diet, about your routine, because this has all come under the microscope now that you've been at home, possibly isolating, or as you transition out of that into a normal lifestyle again. But I don't think things are going to be anywhere near like they were before. Things are really going to be changing, shifting very quickly now. So you may need to be changing how you approach certain things in your life, your diet, your health. You may be thinking now about your actual home. How healthy is it in your home? How healthy is your diet? Are you looking after your body? Are you giving your vehicle, which is what your body is, are you giving your vehicle the best possible treatment and nutrition to get you through life now? And everything to do with that, it becomes important. How you live, where you go, what you do, how you interact with your environment. Are you spending time in nature? Are you doing yoga? Are you looking after your body? There's lots of things that can come up with this. Now, with the Pisces card, you've got Pisces, I believe, underneath. So this has got a number of influences attached to it. So it is definitely about connecting to the divine. It is about being in tune with the divine. So you could be receiving downloads at this time. You could be receiving epiphanies or intuitive insights. You could be really going deep into your unconscious to pull out certain things, to deal with certain things, to understand yourself better, your hidden drives, your motivations, your complexities. All of these things are very much a 12th house influence, which Pisces rules. So it's everything, your unconscious life rules about 90% of your life. So what is going on under the hood, basically? What is going on behind the scenes? It's also very much about retreat and withdrawal and spending time in contemplation. and spiritual life. Your spiritual life may be under the spotlight at this time. What you have believed up until now and what you are going to believe moving forward. So your belief systems could be rattled somewhat. But it's also the card of faith. Having faith in the universe, having faith in a greater power. So that's a belief system. Having faith in that or your spiritual life. And retreating into a more meditative lifestyle to handle the changes and handle the isolation and all of the other things that are going on at the moment. It's also very much about escapism. And this could be just temporary escapism and enjoying that, or it could be escapism which has gone too far, which becomes an addiction. And this is the dealing with that as well. This is also a service card. So this is service to others, which you may be involved with at this time. You could be in the nursing profession or some kind of helping profession at this time. With the goddess influence coming in, what it's saying to you is, this is Mau, Mother Earth. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. So I feel this is going to be really, really important for a lot of people going forward now. A lot of people are going to be looking at things very, very differently. Their outlook on life, their attitude to life, their attitude towards the earth, and how powerless we are actually in the face of certain things. So we are really not in control in a great deal of ways, but what we can do is control the way we live on earth, how we look after our earth, how we look after where we are living. What is our impact on the earth? Do we recycle? Are we sort of scientifically minded? How can we use our scientific skills to help the earth, to recycle, to regenerate? There's lots of different ways that you can be helpful. Even just contributing your time and your energy to a particular cause or reform, or just your own personal efforts with regards to recycling, or to, perhaps it could be any kind of earthly activity which you are now going to be focusing on. So this is very important, and it comes in, as I said, your 6th house. So this is some sort of shift work-wise that you're going to be doing, or it could be to do with your health and well-being, and all of these things are going to be looked at now. How are you living on the earth? How are you looking after your body? How are you interacting with the animals of the earth? Are you protective? What is it that you're doing that is actually contributing to where you live? So all of these issues are coming up somewhere along the line. In that is a new career for you. So bottom of the deck, we have Neptune, sacrifice. So I feel with all these changes and things going on, but I feel this may very well be to do with your house of work, or your health and well-being, and this call to environmentalism and so on. It could also be to do with your home, that you may be needing to have a good long hard look at how you're living currently. You could have a lot of toxic substances in your home, or in your diet, or in your environment, which are contributing to health issues for you. So this could be toxicity from your products that you're using, your washing powders and so on. Perhaps you need to be looking at a more natural alternative, and that will immediately lift the energy in your home. It will lift your health of you and your family. So get rid of all the toxic things. Focus on the more natural things. Find natural alternatives that suit you. And so on, because this is very much about toxicity. It's also about addictions, handling addictions of all kinds, any kinds of drugs and so on. Anything like that falls under Neptune. There could be also a bit of confusion, or a bit of sort of not really knowing how things are going to unfold, not really knowing what's going on with your work life, or how you're going to move forward. You could be sort of trying to find your way. There could be no clarity really at this time. And Neptune is going to double up on that. Neptune can draw a veil over things, can make things unclear. There could be illusions going on around you, where you believe one thing, but actually when you look at it from a different angle, it seems not to be that way at all. So there could be, an effort to be clear about things. You need to be making an effort to be clear about what you're trying to do. During this period, do the best you can to be clear, because as I said, Neptune can can sort of bring about illusions of all kinds. And it can also be a card of sacrifice, which it mentions there. It can be perhaps sacrificing certain things which you feel are a sacrifice, but actually are a sacrifice for the greater good. So this could be for your health, your well-being, getting rid of the toxic things in your home and in your life. But it could also be a redirection of your career, which is going to ultimately, when you start doing something that brings you joy and you feel good about, immediately your health and your well-being will be lifted as well. So there's a great deal connected to this, interconnected. It could also be that you have in your environment people who have complications and are draining your energy at this time as well. That could be indicated by this card as well. So you may need to have boundaries in place. You may need to just withdraw out of their energy to regroup and to to just make sure your boundaries are clear at this time. The other lovely card you have is Irene, Peace. So there is no need to worry, as everything is working out beautifully. So I feel with regard to your home and what you're trying to achieve at this time, and your career or your work life and your health and well-being, that everything you're endeavoring to do, be at peace always. Because that's going to help you in every aspect of your life. Just have internal peace, and then you will attract peace to you. But it's saying to you, don't worry, that everything is going to work out, that things are going to be fine, and that you just need to go with the flow, do the best you can, but have internal peace at this time, as opportunities are going to come to you, and you will find your way, and that there's no need to worry. Hope you enjoyed that. Please take care. Please don't forget to like and share, or like and subscribe. And have a great month, and I will see you next time.